Hello and thank you for joining us on the Travel Show. I'm your host, Freedom Lemwa. Do you ever just want to go to a place where nature surrounds you and shut out the world, where you get to switch off your mobile phone, your tablet and your laptop and log off social media? Do you ever want that? If you're like me, where you need to be at one with nature just to re-energize, then I have a place just for you. Allow me to take you to a pristine island surrounded by the clearest blue waters of Lake Malawi. For years, the island lay untouched until 1996 when it was opened for tourism. And a temporary camp, Mumbo Lodge, made of local reeds and bamboos, was put to ensure minimal disturbance to the environment. Mumbo Island Lodge is one of a kind, with no electricity, only bucket water for showers, and utilizing sawdust to flush toilets. It offers the perfect opportunity to explore the island on foot, stargaze, birdwatch, and take a dip in the cool blue waters. Mumbo Island is just part of the tourism sector that is trying to save our environment and empower indigenous tribes. We have lost 25% of all bird species, 24% of mammal species, 11% of plant species, and 24% of coral reefs, according to the International Ecotourism Society. Like the case of Egypt, where tourist boats are endangering sea life and coral reefs in the Red Sea.
Some boats have a size of 48 meters or 50 meters, but unfortunately, based on the Red Sea's coral reefs and its ecosystem, it's not designed for these sizes.
Tourism inclined at protecting nature is important because tourism accounts for 4.9% of global emissions, mainly through transportation and hotels, according to the Ecotourism Society. With increased number of tourists, there is intense pressure on resources and landscapes. So I had a conversation with conservationist Shaban Senyanga from Uganda, where he went on to tell me about sustainability of tourism. Take a listen.
So if you're talking about ecotourism, you're basically really talking about responsible travel. A lot of people call it responsible travel because what you're trying to do is trying to conserve the environment at the same time while improving the lives of the people around the protected areas, right? Ecotourism is important right now, especially that we're living on a continent that is being swept by a wave of poaching. You know, we are losing a lot of endangered species, and not just species, but ecosystems as well. Uganda, for example, is losing 100,000 hectares of forests annually. And if you really go down to the major cause of this, it's because the people around protected areas or these pristine habitats that attract a lot of tourists don't get immediate or derive benefits right from the resource. And I think that is what we're looking at.
And he also shed light on the future of responsible tourism.
I think the future of ecotourism is bright, especially right now that there's so much focus around mitigating climate change and all these other key elements affecting, biodiversity in African countries. It has become such an intense way of marketing African countries. If you're looking at biodiversity, if you're looking at ecosystems, there's so much that we have to offer. And I think there's a genuine concern of these ecosystems to be kept intact, because without the animals, without the ecosystems, they're not going to be able to bring in money.
So on your next trip, I challenge you to have fun, but also to be responsible. Think of the places you visit and the communities that you encounter, and be sure to tell me all about it on social media. Until our next escapade, remember, people will travel anywhere for food, and that's crazy, but that's what Danish chef Renee Zedepi believes. What do you think? Hit me up on Twitter at fmlema or tag me at Africanews. Until then, goodbye.